Mr. Chris, as you know, the Patriot Act provided statutory authority for the government to obtain special sneak and peek criminal search warrants that allow agents to break into Americans' homes and conduct secret searches without telling them for weeks, months, or even longer. It is true, isn't it, that these searches can be conducted also in run-of-the-mill criminal cases and do not require any connection to terrorism.
That's true, both before...
And in fact, according to a July 2009 report of the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts, isn't that exactly how this authority has most recently been used? The report shows that in fiscal year 2008, sneak and peek search warrants were requested 763 times, but only 3 of those initial requests, just 3, were in terrorism cases. The vast majority were for drug cases. Now, is that your understanding of that report, and does it concern you at all?
It is my understanding, and I want to say thank you to your staff who alerted me and allowed me to read the report in advance of this hearing. It does say here that 65% of these are criminal sneak and peek, were in drug cases. Obviously, just to make something clear, which I know you understand, that on the FISA side, the searches that we do pursuant to FISA are not exactly sneak and peek. They're generally covert altogether. So this authority here on the sneak and peek side, on the criminal side, is not meant for intelligence. It's for criminal cases. So I guess it's not surprising to me that it applies in drug cases.
As I recall, it was in something called the USA Patriot Act, which was passed in a rush after an attack on 9/11 that had to do with terrorism. It didn't have to do with regular run-of-the-mill criminal cases. And let me tell you why I'm concerned about these numbers. That's not how this was sold to the American people. It was sold, as stated on DOJ's website in 2005, as being necessary, quote, to conduct investigations without tipping off terrorists. I'm going to say it's quite extraordinary to grant government agents the statutory authority to secretly break into Americans' homes in criminal cases. And I think some Americans might be concerned that it's been used hundreds of times in just a single year in non-terrorism cases. And that's why I'm proposing additional safeguards to make sure that this authority is available where necessary, but not in virtually every criminal case, and also to shorten the time period for notification.
Well, I don't mean to quibble with you. I do want to just point out one thing, which is before, when I was trying to carve out FISA, just to clarify that FISA is a different authority where it is covert. And also, if I'm correct on this, I believe 2 courts of appeals prior to the Patriot Act had authorized sneak and peek under existing law. This was, yes, I think, meant to be a codification of that doctrine.
Some courts permitted secret searches in limited circumstances before the Patriot Act, as I remember from the debate, but they also recognized the need for prompt notice unless a reason to continue to delay the notice was demonstrated, and they specifically said that notice had to occur within 7 days, which is what we fought for at the time of the Patriot Act, which is what our bill proposes. So I think you make a fair point that it was allowed to some extent, but without these protections, this is a dramatic change in our general criminal law that doesn't necessarily relate to terrorism. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.